out there. I'm Ray Milby, retired machinist and Six Sigma spokesperson for the new millennium. I should live so long. Well, I've been asked to present a program on safety that's, you know, cool and everything, as opposed to the stuff we usually do. And we're going to call the show Safety Scenes. And the reason now they asked me to do this is because I took my retirement money and I got into video production. Check this out. State of the art. Yeah. Well, the first episode of Safety Scenes is about ISM, or Integrated Safety Management. Yes. It's not too special effect there, but now you may be asking yourself, well, what does that mean? Or maybe you're not asking yourself, what does that mean? But really, it's just a common sense approach to safety. Now, I thought it'd be interesting to go out and follow a real guy around as he's doing his job out there and practicing integrated safety management. So we picked on Jerry Grant in transportation. Now, Jerry's first response to my idea was kind of nonverbal. But then when I told him, you know, we'd do this in plain English, he said, well, okay. So here we go. ISM and Jerry's day. Okay, now here's Jerry getting up and going. Well, I guess that really isn't a need to know.
Jerry, who is this man?
That would be Mrs. Grant behind me. We forgot to tell her about the video. Okay, here's Jerry in his first activity at work. Now that'd be Major Burnett. She's going over the integrated safety management stuff with the transportation people.
Define the scope of work.
Well, that should light their fire. What she really said was, do I understand what the heck I'm supposed to be doing on this job? Why don't they just say that, for crying out loud? Some people have travelers that tell you that, some people have maintenance tickets that tell you that, and some people just have project assignments. Everybody has a scope of work.
Analyze the hazards.
Yeah, well, analyze this. It means, do I understand the risks associated with this work?
Develop and implement controls.
Okay, control. It really means things you do to protect yourself and other people and the environment.
Perform the work.
Well, duh. That just means, do I work as safely as possible and follow the procedures?
Feedback and improvement.
She isn't talking about going to your local Burger Whiz. That means, do I see an opportunity to make this job safer for me and others in the future? That's all. It ain't rocket science, folks. Okay, now here's Jerry doing his daily vehicle inspection. He's actually doing that controls thing to protect himself and other people. Now, the safety people help us do these job hazard analysis sheets, JHA sheets, so we can do that step 2 thing, analyze the hazards. One of Jerry's JHA sheets, I can't hardly say that, says forklift drivers should inspect the vehicle before they drive off. It helps prevent mechanical defects like bad brakes. And nobody wants to become a shish kebab on Jerry's forklift. I should have moved a little faster right there. That wasn't safe. Now here's another example. This JHA sheet tells Jerry to note how much weight the forklift can carry for any given load. It's written right on the machine. He knows he can't pick up a cement truck, for crying out loud, so he's careful to check out that hazard and apply that control. Doesn't matter what job you have around here, it's the same deal. Know the hazards, put on a control, and follow the procedure. Don't get your backside in a sling. Now, Jerry sees a lot of stuff during his day that isn't good integrated safety management. He serves almost every department during the work week, and he notices things that are not safe. People get to thinking about something else, and they just forget about the hazards of their jobs. For example, this guy wasn't watching where he was going, and he nearly walked into the forklift. My guess is those weren't exactly safety shoes. And here's a cart carrying a long piece of pipe. There's supposed to be a red flag on the end of that thing to warn pedestrians and other drivers. And I hope this pickup truck doesn't hit a big bump. Somebody is going to be singing Fly Away. We wear seat belts around here, and for a good reason. These associates are trying to solve a cable problem up on the ceiling. Well, too bad they have a vehicle problem down on the floor. There's supposed to be safety cones and yellow tape around this work area to warn pedestrians and drivers. And I'd highly recommend some hard hats as well. Most of the time everybody remembers, but it just takes once to get hurt for life. Well, now here's one we can all identify with. Some department has ordered a whole bunch of stuff to manufacture the product. And that's good. If we don't build it and ship it and make them happy, we don't eat. But look at this. They partially emptied the basket in front of a fire exit. It would be hard to get out that door if there was a fire. And this is where we all need to do the feedback and improvement thing, like step 5, to make the job safer in the future. Now imagine how you would feel if one of your friends got hurt because you left those heavy boxes against the door, or even if you saw it and you didn't do anything. Whatever your job is, you know that there are ways to make it safer if you just think about it. The transportation people, for example, they came up with the idea of these big side mirrors to clearly see behind the vehicles on both sides. They also check a list of incompatible chemicals so things don't go boom on the way to waste management. See, everybody wants to go home in one piece. Now, speaking of going home, here's a little scene that happened when Jerry got off work. His grandson had a word or two for him at the end of the day.
Grandpa, we've seen your garage. Let's talk ISM.
It's amazing what kids will say for $5. Well, that's about it. From the time Jerry got up in the morning until he went to work, and he came home in the afternoon and his grandkid got on him about the condition of the garage, well, Jerry's whole day was all about integrated safety management, ISM. You know, I hope you got the 5 main big points. But if you didn't, here, I'll give them to you again. What am I supposed to do? What are the hazards? What controls protect me? Do I follow procedures? And how can I make it safer? That's really all there is to it, you know. It's just working with your head on straight. I hope you all enjoyed the very first edition of Safety Scenes with Ray. And I hope it's not our last. Anyway, till next time, this is old Ray saying, it's better to be safe than stupid.